All right, guys, welcome back. I just came up to, I'm calling it a dead end. If I go straight there, it's really nasty, muddy, rutted out. Looks like it continues up the mountain, but it is seriously rutted out. Looks more like a lot more water has traveled that road than any traffic of any sort, any vehicles whatsoever. And that way up there is a dead end. So, with that being said, welcome back to Moto Ramblings.
Hello, this is Saddlebag 73 in sunny Cornwall in the UK, and you're watching Moto Ramblings. Enjoy the ride.
I'm riding copper, my 2012 Suzuki Vstrom DL650, out exploring some of these unknown roads on the North Carolina-Tennessee border. I have made multiple videos about this trip so far, but I keep making more because it's just more stuff to talk about. In this particular case, I took a fork off of Forest Service Road 31, and the fork was Forest Service Road 422. Never been on it. Cool road. Some stuff that was a little bit challenging for me, which makes it even more cool. I mentioned in a previous video that it looks like it's not very well traveled, although I did run into a Jeep that might have been up there just four-wheeling in some of that muddy, rutted out stuff. On that video, when I ran into the Jeep, I had no audio. I may or may not use it. I'm not sure how I'm going to put all this together when the time comes. But anyway, U.S. Forest Service Road 422, no go, dead end. Now, if you're out there just wanting to have some fun, take a ride up to the dead end and, have some pretty cool road to ride to get there, well, great. If I was with a buddy who just wanted to ride some dirt roads and we were going to just take a little spur road that just adds a little bit to the trip, a little bit of challenge, a little bit of fun. Yep. But it doesn't connect with anything. It's a dead end. So ride it knowing full well it's a dead end, which was great, but that's not my goal for what I'm doing today. And now it's getting late enough in the day. It's 10 after 6, and of course it's late September. So, it's going to get dark sooner rather than later at this point. So now it's getting to the point where I probably need to get out onto the Forest Service Road 31, which is a road I've been on. I know exactly where it goes. I know exactly where it's going to end up. I'm pretty sure there was another fork off of that road that I really want to try. I just don't know if today would be the day to do it, because if I end up on another long dead end like this, I might end up riding home in the dark, which is not a big deal, but I don't want to be riding on a Forest Service road that I've never been on in the dark. And so we'll see how quickly I get to that next fork in the road and make a decision then. I think I mentioned in a previous video, I'm also watching the fuel gauge. So I don't think I've done a ton of miles on these dirt roads. Slow going, and I've stopped a couple of times. But nonetheless, I do need to keep an eye on the fuel. And so, just more dirt road riding on the DL650. And now, up at the dead end, I took some pictures. I'll try to include them in the video here somewhere. Up at the dead end, there was a lot of, deep ruts and mud and filled with water. And I thought, you know what? Aaron Aardvark Adventures, that's exactly the stuff I see you riding in. And If I had someone with me, I might have considered it. And even then, I'm not positive because I don't know if the road just peters out and comes to a dead end or not. But Aaron Aardvark Adventures, if you haven't watched him, check him out. He doesn't talk a lot in his videos. He doesn't say much. But he's got some great videos where he's taken the V-strom on stuff that looks like that, but the whole way. And he's slinging that V-strom through the mud and sliding around. And yeah, he has an absolute ball with that thing. He can do more with the V-strom than I could ever dream of doing. So check him out. He also has some cool little hacks to help out on a V-strom too, including, you know, a ship lever. He's got a clever little thing to lift the bike up if you need to work on the back tire. Neat stuff. Check him out. But also check it out for the riding. You know, he's going to laugh at me. I'm going around this mud. He'd be splashing through it, feet up, cameras soaked, bike getting all muddy and nasty, which is awesome. I love getting home and having a dirty bike. But he knows how to get a dirty bike. I haven't got to that point where I'm splashing through the mud yet. Just want to thank you all for coming along. I've really enjoyed this ride. I've enjoyed talking to you all as I go through it, as I go places I've never been. You're coming along with me. I love it. Now, we're getting back to familiar territory, obviously, because this dead-end road, I came up to get to the dead end, and now I'm coming back. If I remember correctly, about to go through a river crossing, or at least a puddle, you know, something. You know, it's something, right? Splash. See, that's cool. And then the camping. That's so awesome. All right, folks. Well, I'm sure by the time you've watched this video, you've seen enough of this particular style of riding, this particular day, enough to where you're getting sick of it. You know, as I'm recording this, I have no idea how much of this I'm going to put out onto YouTube. I may save some and hold on to it so that, you know, if I don't get as much riding in as the cold weather months approach and work becomes super hectic with Christmas, and maybe I'll hold on to some of these so that I have some videos for the winter. If so, then thank you for joining me and watching this video, even though you've probably seen some very similar to it. So for now, as I work my way back to Forest Service Road 31, I think I will let you all go, do your thing, and I will talk to you later. I hope everyone stays well, stays safe, but most of all, I hope everyone can stay happy. You know, Dork in the road, we go running around that mud right there. Yeah, he's got some pretty fun stuff too. Check out Dork in the road. And as I said, Motor Ramblings out.